Hey folks, Dane here at Jonah Guitars. Got a fretless in the shop, fretless bass, 4-string. As you can see, it's a hollow body Fender P bass. I have no idea what year, I haven't looked it up or anything. It looks to be completely stock original. It's got the Fender branded keys on it. It's a USA precision bass. It is semi-hollow, and I just took a little bit of time to figure out what they did here. And basically, they ran a center block. They routed everything out, so it started as a solid piece of back, and they routed it. So the route just kind of comes down the middle here, and then pretty much just goes around just to give a little bit of meat on the outside edge of the pickup housings here, and then straight back, and then it's back out for through the body string ferrules. Oop, my hand out of the way. And it is a 4-bolt tilt type neck, meaning it has a little hole in the plate that you can loosen the things and actually turn a little set screw and adjust the neck angle a little bit if need be. The complaint on this one is that the A string, well, the action seems to be a tad high all the way across, although it's got all kinds of room for that to happen. Can you hear this? I have to pick it really hard to get it to rattle, but that's what the complaint is. And that rattling apparently it's different than that. There's something on here that's rattling with this D string, sympathetic something. Probably this strap button up here. Strap button. There we go. That was quick and easy. See there? Strap button rattle. So anyway, I haven't even looked. I just pulled it out of the case, and I thought this is a pretty unique instrument. At least I haven't had one in here before. Anyway, kind of cool. It's got a it's probably right at or just under a 1/4 inch. I think it's just under a 1/4 inch thick on the top wood, according to the F-hole. And it does have a crack right here. Goes up to about where my finger is, down under the bridge to the end of the body. It's got a couple little dents in it here and there, but other than that, it's really not bad shape. Anyway, I'm just gonna straight edge this neck, see what's going on, see if it needs an adjustment. He wants to lower the action on the thing. So I haven't measured it yet, but it looks pretty high. Let me grab this little biz. Yeah, it's at 9/64 on the fatty, and if I could see under there, looks like about 8/64 on the G. So, yep. Anyway, I mainly just wanted to show you this. It's not that I was going to show you what I did for the fix, but however, if whatever I find out, I'll probably just bring you back in real quick and do that. But I wanted you to see this thing. I think it looks pretty cool. Do a little kind of update combo video with this thing, just to get it on the channel and let you guys look at it. I don't often get guitars in the shop that are this clean. This is actually pretty clean. So that's cool. Don't have to scrub a lot of DNA off of it. Anyway, alright, I'll bring you back in later. Alright, so I decided to bring you back in just a little bit anyway, we'll see. So you can see I have the neck loose. You should put something in there. So before I took the string tension off of it, I had a huge bow in the middle here. I stuck a 12 thousandths in there just to see, and it flopped all over the place. And I was actually able to take 12 thousandths all the way up to about the second fret, maybe the first fret in between there. So it was a pretty good bow. I would say at least 30 thousandths out here in the middle, maybe more. But with no string tension on it, it lays perfectly flat. So right now it is completely flat. Yeah, really, really nice. If anything, it's got a slight little bit right here and then like a little gap there, but I mean, if that was a thousandth, I'd even be surprised. I'm going to do is I'm going to tighten the neck up so that when I get string tension on it, and oh, by the way, you don't adjust string action with truss rod adjustment, but it's a natural consequence of truss rod adjustment that if your neck is really bowed up and you put the neck in the position it needs to be, you will lower your string action. Don't do a bad adjustment on your neck relief just to bring your string action down. So anyway, I am going to set that up. I'll bring you back in it. This is a rear adjust. Oh, let's shoot. I got you rolling. Let's just do this. It's a rear adjust. See here, do this without making a big mess. Here we go. You know what? First thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to back it out and see what we got going on here. Little jelly. It's got some Cuber or something in there already, so let's see what that's about. Looks like some old lube of some sort, so let's get that out of there. Let's freshen her up a bit, shall we? Alright. Well, I'm realizing that when I'm working in my lap you can't see what I'm doing. Okay. Alright, so basically just make sure there wasn't anything old crusty stuff in there. Alright. So we're just dabbing some on the thread here, and then we'll dab a little bit right on the surface of this nut. Because there's got to be a washer in there. And I probably wouldn't be able to see it anyway, so but let's look in there. By golly, there's a washer in there. Alright, so let's get in there. I just sidetracked myself here feeling this neck. I was seeing the lines in the video, and there's definitely some wear right down here on this G string. Right up here around the 12th fret, goes probably up to the 15th, and as far down as the 9th. It's really got a bridge right there, and the rest of it doesn't feel too bad at all. And he wasn't having any problems with it rattling right there. Okay, so that's snug, that's right where it was at. And so just gave it about a half a turn past tight. Let's take a look here with this. You still in the picture? Yep. So I got some rock now. I got a lot of rock now actually. But you know what? I'm gonna leave it. I'm gonna leave it right there and put the neck back on, see what happens. Start to get it back up to pitch, and I'll bring you back in after I do that. Go ahead and bring you back in here for a second too, because just in case you're watching this and you haven't pulled the neck off on one of these things, it's not a big deal. It's a whole lot of things with guitar seem a lot scarier than they really are the first time you do them. And I don't really have any string tension on this. It's got a little bit, very little That G's probably got more tension on it than the rest of them, so, but that's not going to hurt anything here. So the thing with Fender or any bolt-on type situation that you want to look for is before you get it really cranked down. I noticed before I took this one loose that I'm going to put a little bit of tension on that E string there, just so it's straight. Okay. Your string lay right here parallel to the neck, and I don't know how far you can see, but anyway, right now I've got a lot here and not a lot on top, so all you have to do is push the neck over a little bit, and that takes care of it. When you have room in the pocket for that, and there's plenty of room in this pocket, although the bottom of this one needs to go over more than the top needs to go over, so I'm going to loosen this up a little bit. Probably have a little too much on it. So that's the only thing you really got to pay attention to when you're putting one back on, is that you get it set up so the strings look right. And you know what? There are different ways to do it. I'm just holding on to the thing at the joint and shoving up on the top of the neck to get it to move a little bit. I'm going to have to push it over and tighten it at the same time. So I don't know if you can see it. Oh, you can't see anything. There you go. I'm going to double check myself here. The top of the neck needs to go that way. So yeah, so what I'm going to do is I'm just pushing against the horn here and have my fingers down here, so I'm just pushing it over a little bit that way. Okay, and then I'll snug this up, and that should probably be about right. That looks pretty good. Okay, so I've got a snug 10 thousandths of relief on this thing right now. No buzzing. Since I'm not a fretless player, not even a bass player, I'm going to have to let this guy play the thing and see what he thinks, but I am going to check that relief, or excuse me, string height. What I don't want to do is, I don't want to take, there's a little dust under there. I said it was clean. It is very clean. I don't want to take any meat off this saddle. I could find out real quick if it has any kind of a transducer in there, but I just don't want to deal with that. And it's got the tilt action on the neck thing here, so I might do a little micro adjust on that and see, but I don't know what it's at right now, so let's take a look how much that brought the action. Yeah, it only brought it down by a 64th, so it's at 8/64ths, which I still think is pretty high. So what I'm probably going to do is tip the neck. No probably about it. I'm going to tip the neck and get myself down into the 6/64ths range on the fat E here, and see what that looks like, plays like, and then if I get a rattle, if I get down there and I get a rattle, I might back the truss rod off a bit. I've already shown you more than I was planning on with this particular guitar, but